Hello Cancers, welcome to this channel. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all are doing well. This is your new moon reading. This new moon is happening in the sign of Aries. It's on the 29th of March. It's also a solar eclipse and this is all about new beginnings. Let's see what's coming through for your sign. You can use this for your sun, moon and rising sign. If Cancer is your sun sign, remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well. All right, and if you have a question for the cards, you can ask now. I will also be pulling out an oracle card at the end. Today, I'm going to be using the Spurs of the Ocean oracle deck. Maybe you will find your answers here if you are looking for answers and solutions. Okay, now let's see what's coming through for your sign. All right, so Cancers, your cards are Page of Wands. That's lovely. New beginnings. Ace of Pentacles. All right. Who? 10 of Wands. Okay. And Judgment is on the back of the deck. Okay. And then Moon. I'm not surprised because your sign is ruled by the moon. And this new moon, that's the new moon energy coming through. Queen of Wands. And then the Tower card is also here. Okay, let's see. 2 major arcana cards and then the Tower, 3 major arcana cards. Okay. There is something new coming your way. A new opportunity. See here you have Ace of Pentacles, and like I said, this new moon, which is also a solar eclipse, has to do with new beginnings. Okay, so there is and then Page of Wands. This is, yeah, something, a new idea that you want to work on, a new project. It could be hobby for some of you, a creative project. It may have something to do with your business. Maybe some of you guys want to start a new business. For some it could be relationships. So in whatever area that you want to create some kind of changes, that's what you are looking at right now. You are coming across some new ideas, and with the Ace of Pentacles, this is like you are also taking some kind of practical steps, an opportunity for you to do something. Sometimes what happens is we want to do things, but then we don't know where to start, right? But with this, it feels like you have the idea, you know what you want, and you're also taking some kind of practical steps, meaning you know what the next step is. Okay, so it could be an opportunity that is coming to you. Okay, so news, information, yes. And with 10 of Wands, this is completion. So beginnings and completion is what I'm seeing for you, Cancers. How, yes, it could be like, whatever this new that you are coming across, there are like a lot of things that you are looking at. So your plate is full. It could be a busy period. Maybe you are juggling with several things. Could be duties, responsibilities and things like that, and everything is close to your heart. It's not like you can let anything slide through. So you are navigating, you are prioritizing, and you know how to handle them properly. So even though it's kind of exhausting and tiring, so know how you can create some kind of balance, so you are not like completely drained here. So that won't be good. So creating some kind of balance is important. Know what's going on in the body, how you are feeling about things, so you can take care of yourself. Because if you are not healthy, then regardless of what we get, the opportunities, the uh, the people who needs us, it won't be possible for us to give our 100%. So it's important to make sure that you are feeling healthy and upbeat, right? So creating that balance is important. I'm not seeing it here, so that's why I'm reminding you guys to know what's pay attention to what's going on in the body, taking care of your diet, rest, sleep, relaxation, all those things are important. Okay, all right, and this is the energy you are moving into that you may not be aware of. So judgment. So whatever it is that you are doing, it looks like, with Page of Wands is a card of spontaneity. This is being playful, not taking anything seriously, childlike energy. So when it comes to certain things, something that you need to be mindful of is you may with communications, just be aware of who you are with, what's happening in the environment, because you may innocently say or do something and it may not go well with people around. So just be aware of you know your surroundings. Okay, with judgment it may feel like this is the energy you are moving into. With a judgment it may feel like you are being harshly judged by others, or it could also be self judgments, you being hard on yourself. So just know what this is all about, because if this is like other people's judgment, something that we don't have control over. So again, it all depends upon the situation. Some be open to criticism, constructive criticism, I mean, because none of us are perfect, and there is room for improvement, right? So if it is constructive, then we can always use it, apply it, and make improvements. But if it's not, it's about just letting it go and not letting it affect you much. But on the other hand, if this is self-judgment, just be aware of that, because you don't want to be hard on yourself. It has to do with expectations, our expectations from ourselves, how we want to show up and things like that. So just know, it's all about doing what we can, and things like that. So just be self-compassion is extremely important here. Okay, 10 of Wands. So with 10 of Wands and here, something else that's coming up is your duties and responsibilities, and everything is close to your heart. It could be your personal life, your business, your career, the things that you are responsible for. So it's important to know, like, how to handle certain things. So prioritizing and everything is important. So sometimes what happens is, if we can't do certain things because of time constraints, because sometimes we are tired, we may feel guilty, oh, I couldn't do that, things like that. So just be aware of that thought and how you want to address those situations, because it's not about being those emotions like regret and guilt and all these emotions, they are not helpful for us, right? It's all about prioritizing, organizing your day, and also you need to find some time for yourself so you can rest, relax, things like that. And delegating is important, letting people help you with things is important, open communication is important. So yes, so just know how you want to handle that. uh, with the Moon, yes, again something to do with emotional stuff coming up. This is also stress, Cancer. Okay, so know how what you are letting in and how you are taking things, because you don't want to let it affect your emotional health, your physical health. So it could be memories, it could be some, maybe you are taking care of someone, um, or it could be like a subconscious stuff that are coming to the surface. So it's about just sitting with it, and not judging yourself, not judging the situation or the people. It has to do with just being aware of what you are coming across, and that actually helps us learn something about ourselves, you know. And it's, and if there is something we can do, it's about taking action. If not, it's about letting things be and learning from our own experiences. um, okay, but remember not to dwell in emotions like guilt, regret, things like that, and that won't be helpful. On the other hand, moon has to do with clearly seeing what you are coming across, you know. It could be your triggers, it could be the environment, what's happening around, and that can make us feel a little bit emotional, like disappointed, frustrated, and things like that. But this is about also not letting that affect you, but knowing that this is, it is what it is, you know. This is part of light, part of life. Light and dark is part of life. um, so that's what I'm seeing here for you. You accepting things as they are, and still, you know, finding a way to get through the the challenges. It could be internal challenges, or it could be, you know, something you are coming across in your external. This, the moon is also has to do with taking bold action, you know, being brave. And with judgment and moon, and then you have Queen of Wands, which is beautiful. This is you breaking things down so you can rebuild. When I said that, it could be, you know, something to do with a project that you are working on, letting it go, shunning them because you are not satisfied with the way things are going, or it could be you, you know, making some tweaks, or it could also be communication. Even though it's kind of difficult, you are still having that difficult conversation with someone to set things right, things like that. So coming out of both judgment and tower has to do with getting out of your comfort zone, trying something new, trying something different, looking for new way of doing things, exploring, being more resourceful, learning, you know. That helps our, you know, something that is mentally stimulating. um, yes. It could also be, you know, networking, meeting new people, new opportunities. So you are coming across some new information. So be open to that, whatever this is. So phone calls, messages, travel is also coming through for you. Yes, it could be, you know, it could be something that you don't want to do, but you are still doing it. Again, this is you moving through the difficulties, you know, and but yes, you are doing that, but also remember how to maintain balance, you know. When I said that, what I mean is, um, also try to see the blessings in this opportunity. Yes, it's difficult, but there is a blessing. So you want to also focus on the blessings instead of just the, you know, difficulties. So that helps you, that helps us, you know, maintain that balance. On the other hand, it's also about finding some time every day to focus on something that brings you joy, you know. It could be a creative project, it could be being with your friends, it could be um, you know, learning something, it could be language, it could be an instrument, things like that. So finding that balance is doing something other than what you are responsible for here is important. So that help us uh, remain hopeful and optimistic about things, you know. Instead of we focusing completely on what's challenging, we also need to sometimes divert our attention and see what is actually working well, and what the possibilities are, what the opportunities are, and focusing on them is also important, you know. Being grateful for things, that's exactly what you are doing here. Learning something new, keeping yourself open to new opportunities, meeting new people. Queen of Wands is getting things done. So maybe some of you guys, when it comes to your, you know, this could also be a makeover for some of you Cancers. Maybe you are paying more attention to the way you look. It could be changing your outfits. It could be your environment. You're making things more beautiful. So decluttering, and keeping those things that are nice to look at, and getting rid of all the clutter. Maybe that is what some of you guys are doing here. It's also your health. Maybe there is something new that you are doing with Page of Wands. However, what I want to say is you don't want to overdo things. So slow and steady progress is what's important here, because if you are overdoing, then it may not be good for your health. Okay, so moderation and balance is extremely important here. Consistency, yeah, do what you can, like but remaining consistent is important. Looks like some of you guys are moving, relocating. So Ace of Pentacles is a card of it could be some changes happening in the area of your home. Like I said, it could be maybe some of you guys are changing homes, relocating, and it's kind of difficult. You're carrying too much. So is there something you need to let go of? Again, decluttering and focusing on what really makes you happy is important. So when it comes to things, just know what you need to, donate. If there is something you want to donate, throw away, so you don't have to carry the whole baggage with you. On the other hand, it could also be your goals, your dreams, and things like that. Looks like there is something new on the horizon for you, but there is also certain things that you have been working on. So it's a lot. Reschedule, things like that, so you don't have to, so you have time for everything. And on the other hand, Ten of Wands here could also be about emotional stuff that you may be holding on to. So just be aware of what is it that you are still holding on to. With Page of Wands and Ace of Pentacles here, there is a new opportunity. Okay, it could be a new cycle starting for you. So you are moving into something new, but carrying all the baggages from the past, Cancer. So I don't know, I'm asking you. Okay, so are you holding on to some past stuff which is kind of weighing you down? Okay, so know what this is, because here what it feels like you are finally letting it go. Judgment here could also mean forgiveness. You letting it all go and moving into the new, feeling lighter, happier, knowing what is it that you want to experience and things like that. So Judgment, with the Judgment, a big release is happening. So whatever this is that you are holding on to tightly is now going away. Okay, it could be you creating that change, initiating it, or it could be something that's happening. So now it's again, it's helping you release what's no longer good for you. Okay, and then the Moon is there, a time for self-reflection, rest, relax, and yeah, and be aware of whatever is surfacing for you. That's important. So that is what you guys are doing here, a big release. Also taking time to connect with yourself, connect with your own emotional nature, so you can break the patterns, and move into a new cycle. When I said move into a new cycle, what I mean by that is, it's always available for us, right? the opportunity to begin something new. It could be internal, like when it comes to how we want to show up, how we want to do our life, things like that. Or it could be our external, when it comes to our career, our relationships, things like that. So it's about, self-awareness. It's about knowing, okay, when we go through those difficult times, that's when we realize, okay, you know what, something needs to change. So there are things that I need to let go of, things like that. So that's what's happening here for some of you. Forgiveness is coming through, and then with the moon has to do with self reflection and you connecting with your own intuition. Your intuition is very strong. Just be aware of what's happening around the new moon time. So signs, synchronicities, dreams, something to do with a parent figure here is also coming through, or it also has to do with inner child, inner child healing. So you being aware of coming across those childhood memories or things like that, but this is being in the flow of things and not letting it hold you back. Okay. And then Queen of Wands. Yes, with Queen of Wands, this is you putting those lessons, whatever it is that you want to do, into practice and making things happen. This is you finally, not finally, I would say, I mean, we go through these periods from time to time, but this is, you taking care of things, taking care of what you need to do. This is you moving into new energy. If you are going through a moon period, then this is sun's energy. Queen of Wands is fire energy. So this is you moving into new energy, clarity, and inspiration, new ideas. So you will feel more energetic, inspired, and motivated to do what you want to do. So, okay, so just if you are feeling a little bit tired and not sure about what's going on, just hang in there and you will find that clarity very soon. Okay. All right. Now let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards. With Ace of Pentacles, this is also something to do with your finance. It could be a new job opportunity if you're looking for jobs, or a business idea that you want to work on. For some, it could be home, like investing in property, investing in a home. And this is also a card of building, building. So yes, and if you are looking for funding, investment, that is also coming through. Like for instance, if you have applied for loan or something, that's also coming through. For some of you guys, it could be a gift, gifts, presents, money coming your way, promotion, pay raise, things like that. All right, so let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards for Cancer. Cancers, your message is ample with contentment. This is a card that I was actually thinking about when I told you guys, if things seem a little bit challenging, and if you don't have that clarity, if you are going through a moon period, just hang in there. Okay, hold tight, because you are moving into new energy here. New ideas, inspiration, insights, and things like that. So now is the time when you want to, yes, looks like there is something new you want to do, and it looks like maybe you are trying all kinds of things, experimenting with things like that. But like I told you, creating that balance is important. Play with your ideas, whatever it is, instead of, you don't want to, think too much about the outcome, the results, how things are going to turn out. Be playful, be spontaneous. That's important. Okay, but if you are taking things too seriously, then it will get a little bit challenging. So yes, number 9, and then you have number 10 here, and then new beginnings. So Cancer, what I'm seeing here for you is endings and beginnings. Okay, so which totally goes with the new moon energy happening in Aries. So the message is waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. Yes. If there is something that you want to begin, what I want to say is just wait. If you are going through some delays, confusion, things like that, maybe the energy is asking you, just hold on to those ideas, but you don't want to take any action if that clarity is not there. Okay, but you will find that clarity very soon. It's coming. All right. So yes, the moon card, the message is trust your gut feelings or your sensitivity to give you information about your current situation. Let go of any doubts or uncertainties as they are only going to cause you to become off balance. What I want to say is do not let anything distract you with the moon card, okay? Uh, it could be your own emotions, it could be what you are seeing around you. That is not important, okay? What's important is what is it that you're really going after, your goals, your dreams. What is it that you are pursuing? What is it that you are trying to accomplish? What is it that you truly want to experience? Keep that in your mind, okay? And do not let distracted by what's happening in the environment, people's opinions. It could be challenges you are coming across. Instead, keep your focus on what you want to accomplish and what you want to experience. Okay, all right. You may want some personal time to clear your thoughts. Things are coming to fruition, so trust that you only need to be present for this to unfold in the most positive manner. By allowing things to flow to you, you will enable yourself to become clearer about your decisions and your goals. While you might be feeling tired and wanting to give up, this card is about having faith and hanging in there. Have the patience to just allow. Take a step back and trust that the spiritual guidance you need is right there, ready and willing to assist you. Seahorses are considered mild mannered and sedate creatures which are happy to roam the ocean. Their tiny stature is structured for sauntering. They do not travel at speed. They truly emanate the energy of patience and happiness. Seahorses are content where they are and do not hurry when making changes. The seahorses will wrap its tail around a piece of coral or some other structure to resist a strong current. They remind you to hold tight and bide your time if you find yourself being rushed or overwhelmed. Okay, so no more explanation needed, right? Okay. So, all right, Cancers, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Please remember to take good care of yourself. And if Cancer is your sun sign, remember to watch the moon and rising sign as well. And if you like this video, do remember to give it a thumbs up. If there is something you want to share, let me know in the comment section and share with whoever needs to hear these messages. Okay, spread the love. All right, now please take good care of yourself. Sending you all new moon blessings. I will see you in my next reading. Bye bye.